Look at how curious he is with the trunk. He's trying to sniff us. Took a bit longer, but he's the more confident of the two. He's maybe a year or so older. Oh. Do you feel that interaction? Do you feel him inspecting us, wondering within himself, what are we? How does this all work? Why? Still trying to smell us to him, but enough for him to pick it up. Oh. Look at how he's resting his trunk there. Very, very mild head shake. Without going into it too much, but that kind of head shake, often mentioned before, is a sort of a greeting that elephants use also to greet each other animals as well. Obviously it shows their size and bulk, but also within the group. And the way he shook his head there was very, very, not timid, but mild. Almost like it would be with someone that he knows a little bit. Or like it would be with maybe another elephant in a group that he's familiar with. Look at that, he literally came out from behind it to have a look at us. Found us curious enough. Inspected us a bit. He's not uncomfortable, but he's going back to a bit more of a comfortable space for him in terms of he's curious. The same as we are about each other sometimes. It's perfectly normal mammal behavior. Oh, nicely spotted Rex. Little crested barbet that just landed above us here. Look at how beautiful that bird blends in there as well. The wing pattern almost the same as the bark texture of this dead leadwood branch. Pretty bird. Not always that easy to see them. Just go and sit a little bit further down. Do you think there's more Ellies, huh? You can see the swagger in the walk, giving himself a little bit more extra confidence. Hey, mister. Oh, you're beautiful. The jungle there right next to him. And he's curious. Doesn't quite know what to do. He wants to intimidate us, but also we're not behaving in any threatening way whatsoever. So he's not sure. And as long as we can keep him curious, keeps us curious essentially. And he's talking to us at the moment, make no mistake about that. He's asking us, what are you? Why am I finding you so curious? Why am I thinking or maybe even feeling the things I'm feeling while you're with me? And that is creating a very special place for us as well. Look at that beautiful view behind him. The riverbed is a big tall jackalberry. Just to the left there, that earlier standing there, and Rexon actually saw the elephants. We heard some branches. Beautiful place. It's okay. Sorry Rex, you're right like that, huh? No. Bit of a funny angle, we stopped down a bank here. He's a bit confused is the wrong word, but he's in two minds to be comfortable with us. Keep in mind, like I said, this is a young elephant. He's in that process now of where he's leaving the breeding herd. He's a little bit uncertain. He's going to have to meet a whole new bunch of big males and integrate himself into an adult society of males. A little bit like a teenager almost in some ways. At the moment he's not quite sure. He's finding us curious. He's seeing we're not being aggressive towards him. We're being sort of friendly in a way. The instinctive curiosity between species, same as we have. There's also that instinctive fear, which is something that can only be bridged by trust. So there he's feeding again now, he's going back to normal behavior. He is very aware of us, make no mistake. He is listening to what he can hear at the moment, the noise from the car, my voice, and he's just trying to decide what to do. Sort of like we communicate with each other as well. Sometimes it takes a bit of time to, and then once you do, it can be quite spectacular what avenues of communication you can find. Hey mister. It's okay. How is it? How is it? Beautiful. And you're smart. And you're not quite sure what you're up to. Look at that. Beautiful trumpet as well. Again asking us, what are we doing? What's up with you? And that's not out of fear. Action. Inquisitiveness. And I might even dare say that at the moment he's dealing with a certain amount of introspection himself. Choice piece of food. It's a little bit of a acacia branch or two that's growing there. But again, just give him some kind of comfort. He's doing a behavior and routine that he's used to. And it just relaxes him a bit. Gives him time to see what we're up to. And obviously needs to eat. He's an elephant. Big elephants need to eat a lot. He probably weighs at this age, I would say, difficult to say, 3 tons. He's going to try and scare us. Hello. Those of you who maybe joined us in the drive months ago, remember? And then eventually with a bit of patience and poise, we got that whole herd around us, that female with the curved tusk and the mother with the half a ear. And that tiny little baby did exactly what this one just did. Lifted that foot up off the ground, bit of a tall posture. And what he did there is he tried to, not scare us, but he tried to surprise us. He walked away, he pretended to eat, he turned away and suddenly he turned, bit of a trumpet, foot up. And he just wanted to see how we react. And again he saw that we're not making noise and trying to threaten him back. We're just saying it's fine. We can appreciate you from over here. Now what I do want to do is move around. That beautiful place that Rexon is showing you there now. Look at all those massive big trees. See there, the noise of the cars attracting his attention. So we just calmly tell him, we're not bothering you. But those trees that we're looking at, that beautiful patch behind him, that's where we stopped earlier. And that's where the bit of mud is sitting on the trunk of that jackalberry. So I want to follow him. It looks like he's heading in that direction. Here he's coming, the other one as well. So I'm going to have to start my engine just now. Batteries are running out and I would like to keep you with us for a bit more. Look at this guy coming to say hello. Don't want to do it just yet, just because it would intimidate him too much at the moment. So if we do suddenly disappear, we will try and make a plan to get back to you if we can charge the batteries a bit from the vehicle. Let's just see what happens. It's alright. Wish I could explain to you why we have to do this, but just trust me. Interestingly enough, affected the one in front of us a bit more. He's now curious why we're making noise. The one on the right's not too bothered. See there again, that eating. Doing something, a ritual, something that shows that he's not really looking at us. He wants to pretend he's nonchalant about us. But trust me, at the moment, these two elephants, especially the one in front of us, is literally as interested. We're interacting. We are learning more about each other as a species. I must admit, it's a big privilege for me to have all of you here once again. The more of us that can understand and appreciate and love wild animals, build up an affinity and a passion for those places they live in, the more wildlife will be around. And ultimately, that will benefit us as well. Because no matter how we look at it, we are part of this system. We are not above it. And I must admit, I'm quite excited at the moment, even more so obviously. You obviously are excited. You're sitting in an amazing place like this with these creatures. As you know, I do have a soft spot for elephants. And it truly has been an incredible afternoon. On these two Ellies, myself and Rexon,